closing ceremony. We wish to hear your commitment formally also.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Ji.
you.
So consistently you are you are being involved in various sessions. That is,
Yeah, I tried many sessions, even day also, because Friday, Saturday I was on leave. So daytime I used, even night. Today I was in daytime in college.
ji, ji,
Side only.
very nice. Many of the volunteers already joined the session. Namaste, everyone. Warm welcome. Namaste, Maithili ji. Namaste. Ji, I'm receiving your affectionate feeling through chat, through text box. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ishratji is writing chat is disabled as of now. No, Ishratji, it's working.
No, it was long back, Didi. It's working.
Okay.
Didi, it's time. Do we start?
Yes, Ilaji. Prashant Bhaiya is writing it itself. Who is looking without eyes? Ji, Prashant Bhaiya. So, namaste. Warm greetings from India. Certainly, today the world has its definition of success, and we all strive to approach that. But day by day, degradation of value system and cultural deficit demands urgent facilitation for human to be life ready. Worldwide, rigorous efforts are being done for people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership as the 5 pillars of 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. This ninth international online conference on universal human values in higher education, ICHVHE 2024, being organized during 22nd to 24th November 2K24. This is also one of the such efforts by UHV Foundation, and this conference we all are serving as gift to the society. Its closing session, an important session including reports and recommendations received from all the sessions conducted in 2 shifts as per international time zones. There were 8 keynote addresses, 21 panel discussions, including 3 special interest groups, that is holistic education, health and SDGs solution at root, and also 18 sharing sessions. So in total, 51 sessions including inaugural and closing ceremony in this 72 hours conference at a stretch without any gap. With this brief idea, let me invite Professor H.D. Charanji, Chairman NCUHV, for the opening remarks. Sir, welcome.
Thank you, Pastor Didi. All the delegates and the team members of UHV. It's a concluding session of 9th International Conference. 3 days, great event. Of course, real term is international. As we are working in the late night, that appears to be international conference. Otherwise, I heard at number of the places we have an international conference. And my friend always has been telling that at least one person should be international. Please join that become international. In our case, it's a real international. We are doing it at the timing according to their time after midnight. So this is my first experience of so much 40 years of life in technical education. So that way we are very happy that we are really organizing international conference. And we expect this, certainly the message of this conference and the content of this conference will reach to the larger number of the people in the world. And as this message will go at the same time, our responsibility is also increasing that we will also take this whole concept to the world. I feel that everyone is wanted to know and wanted to have this value in their own life and their working, their surrounding with their family, their relationship. Everyone desire to have it. There's no one is denying this. At the same time, large number of the groups, either in the one form or another form, they are doing their work at some places others. Of course, maybe in the smaller group. But the education is the medium through which it can reach to the larger number of people, and even if taken from the school and then colleges, then it go to the each and everyone. So our efforts are in that directions. We are not the this is not the only effort that's going on, and the what large number of people are doing this similar to inculcated the values in the masses through their own teaching. But this effort, of course, coming through the education, and through education it will go to the each and everyone. Therefore, it becomes a very important. And till now, of course, we are working with at India, largely in India, but this time, of course, through online conference. Now, it is very well recognized in terms of working that online is also effective after COVID. So now there is no boundary as such. So this is really very important, and that context of this is the first our efforts to reach to the larger number of people all over the world. So in that sense, of course, I hope we will be. I will, of course, test ourselves and we reach to the large number of people. So with this remark, with this, I welcome all you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Charan. Your harmonious living and commitment is true inspiration for all. And your blessings are precious, sir. Thank you. Now I am proudly inviting Dr. Ila Dedhia ji to present report of the panel on holistic education. 15 minutes are there with you, Ila ji.
Thank you. Tarabhai, are you sharing the screen? Thank you. So I'll be presenting on the report of the holistic value-based education, the first panel on the 22nd to 24th November during the 9th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education. Yeah, next. So we had, I just would like to say the process of the pre-conference was very, very enriching. We have spent a couple of months in preparation and many contributed towards the preparation. The process during the sessions, we'll move ahead. Next. Yeah, so the panel discussions were worked out totally 9 sessions, 2 sessions during the shift 1 and 1 session for the shift 2. So totally we had 9 sessions, and they went, the theme were, the sub-themes were on the day 1, need for holistic value-based education, day 2, vision of holistic value-based education, and day 3, implementation of holistic value-based education. There were more than 60 plus panelists who included vice chancellors, pro vice chancellors, directors, IS officers, deans, professors, and so on. And totally 7 countries were covered. Each session was 90 minutes duration. And almost in every session, there were 300 plus participants on the Zoom, additionally on the YouTube. The UHV point of view was presented by one amongst the volunteers as a recap of the relevant content from the keynote sessions that were at the beginning of every day. The moderator of each session welcomed the panelists, introduced them, and asked questions pertaining to each theme. Very rich and encouraging sharings were experienced from each panelist from India as well as other countries. Questions from the delegates were also taken. They were addressed by the panelists. These were picked up from the chat messages. Either they used the mic and they had asked them directly. Some questions also came from the YouTube. The names of the people and a brief report of the proceedings are given in the next slide. Next slide. So I won't be reading out all the names, but these were the, you can see them in the various boxes. These are 9 boxes in which all the names of the panelists are mentioned. Of course, all these will be published in the proceedings. So we can move to the next slide. These are the UHV team who were moderating, who were panelists, who were scribers, who were timekeepers, everything all in one. This is the list of the volunteers who were involved in the preparation and conduct of the entire panels. Next. Looking at the first day, that is the need for holistic value education. Just sharing the conclusion, the report. Skill and values are complementary. Both are important, but value education holds a higher priority to skill education, as the focus can be upon addressing the basic aspiration of ensuring happiness and prosperity in continuity. It was felt that what to do is missing in current education. Learning what to do and what not to do is found to be very important. The how to do, which is there, will become clear once there is clarity on what to do. Also, it was discussed that guided skills are required than offering technology only for living. Many students can see the purpose of life once they undergo value education and are committed to serve the society better. This was also reflected in the sharings of the institutions. Next. The priority for a fulfilling life was felt that it is right understanding, to begin with right understanding, harmonious relationship, and physical facility. This was proposed by the UHV point of view, and this was reiterated by many panelists across the globe, whoever participated. So, and they did share their own experiences also. Holistic value-based education offered in an exploratory way rather than a prescriptive way, which is done in traditional institution. I mean, in the traditional way in institutions. Participation of students in larger order will be natural owing to this. So children lack emotional intelligence, critical thinking, and awareness. Adopting schools and villages by students of higher education and working with them to solve their problems, conducting community awareness program, role play are proposed as some solutions. But it was stressed here by many panelists that the proposal, the exploration of the proposals need to precede any of these activities. So these can be supporting activities. The methods employed to ensure values in education in Greece were detailed by Ms. Raina, in Africa by Ms. Luerica Bernard, and Kenya by Yashoda Krishna Janapati. Classroom learning, community services, experiential learning, and validation were proposed as some of the methods. Exploratory methods help the stakeholders to come out of conditioning. This was expressed by Dr. Anuradha Parasar and also later on reiterated by some of the uh, panelists. Next. Minor projects aiming at sustainability help students understand the need of value education and the proposals in holistic value education, value-based education. Humane character building and health of the students are to be given priority in education, for which offering value education holds the key. And it is also essential to have credits. This was felt by all the panelists, that through the major purpose is to develop awareness. This will help students to become serious and attend it initially, pay the attention to the proposals. And then, of course, as the time goes by, even without credits, they would be open to learning. So the number of credits depends upon the time, depth, methods, and involvement required for the content delivery. Higher level courses can be added as core, elective, or add-on courses. And value-added courses can be included as part of the syllabus of competitive examinations also. This also was discussed. Next. It was also said that value education can be offered in the higher education as it helps students to rightly apply skills, understand what is needed for a fulfilling life. This will be helpful for them to gain confidence, perform better in interviews and group activities. However, it was proposed that it may be perfectly be started even from primary levels. This will help right orientation and smooth transition to higher education for students. The pedagogy can be modified according to the proposed guidelines and as it serves the purpose and rightly align the logical thinking process of students. However, appropriate examples which appeal to the children are to be placed to help the children understand holistic value-based education proposals. It can also be offered to the management also to ensure that holistic value-based education is to be conducted in an expected way. This also was stressed by many. The next. Coming to the vision, it was also shared that it shall be for holistic development of the individual and the society. This shall ensure fulfillment of human goal for transformation from inhuman society to a humane society, and collaborative effort of institutions and industries is expected towards this. Also, technological advancements leads to a vicious circle of accumulation of physical facility. So when the students become policy and decision makers and be part of the society, they would have understood the content of right understanding and the right feeling and would be able to live according to them rather than indulging into this vicious cycle of physical facility. The vision of holistic value-based education shall be to develop an undivided society, as the present system of education is not ensuring to lead a fulfilling life. Value education shall be offered with a vision for fulfilling life with the priority of right understanding, right feeling, and physical facility. So the vision of humane society is to ensure harmony at all levels of a human being. Next. Further, it was also shared by many of the panelists that combined efforts of different stakeholders, parents, teachers, students is essential to ensure this holistic aspect of life. The focus upon consciousness development is largely missing in the current system. Discrimination is there in the society owing to non-appreciation of consciousness. So the vision of holistic value-based education is holistic development of consciousness of human being. Human being is coexistence of consciousness and material. All the crises can be addressed when education addresses consciousness. As proposed by Mr. Swyang Tandin from Bhutan, consciousness is the master and slave, and there is possibility of development of consciousness in individual leading to societal development. The value system in India based on tradition as expressed by Professor Nem Kumar Jain was worth noting down over here. even as explained today by one of the panelists. Going further to research, it was also expressed that research shall be value guided so as to be helpful to the society. It shall address problems like resource depletion, pollution, global warming, recyclability, etc. The right use of atomic or nuclear energy, sustainable product and processes are just a few examples. Research and innovation shall be societal for societal upliftment and the preservation of nature rather than just for production of publications or patents. The meaning and purpose of research shall be looked into before commencement of any project. As the vision of the holistic value-based education is transformation of individual and collective, the 6 graduate attributes which were proposed in the keynote addresses hold good in terms of value education was felt by all the panelists. These can be validated in curriculum and life of the individuals through the proposals in the vision for value education. The purpose of education shall be societal transformation through personal transformation. As the students are policymakers of tomorrow, ensuring the graduate outcomes for holistic vision of life is essential, and this can be possible through the holistic value-based education. Next. Coming to the implementation, this also was discussed, and ensuring that value education to the management and faculty is essential as they are the policymakers for the revision of curriculum in the institutions for introducing it. They are instrumental in helping students and stakeholders. Teachers training, follow-up meetings, appraisal of teachers, conducting all the LDPs, MDPs, FDPs, SDPs were also put forth by many panelists for effective implementation of the holistic value-based education. Some of the hurdles for implementation were also discussed, and it was proposed that adamant and opposing nature of some policymakers, language barriers, returning back to the previous sanskar, technical academic workload were also discussed. However, there were discussed solutions to all these hurdles. Though there would be initial hiccups for anything which is newly introduced, many examples of experimentation and implementation and overcoming hurdles like conducting these kind of courses in regional languages were also discussed. LDPs changing the management point of view, follow-up meetings, etc. were detailed by the panelists and also parallelly shared during the sharing sessions by institutions. Language books, training teachers and parents, simplifying the technical words of UHV, using appropriate examples are some aspects that may be looked into while implementing the holistic value-based education in school education. The panelists appreciated the voluminous work which has been done in India in this regard, especially the international delegates. Next. Value guidance in technical education can be ensured through revising syllabus, regular intervention in student activities, design thinking, and empathy. Cohesive living of people in the management, teachers, and students in the institution. Also, introduction of activity-based projects plugging in UHV courses to the regular curriculum, modifying syllabus of technical courses, institution becoming a role model for others are other methods which were suggested by panelists for ensuring value education, value-based education, and value-based living. Evaluation of the UHV courses shall be streamlined with the Bloom's taxonomy levels, which was also stressed by 2 of the panelists who have gone through these courses. Next. In the recommendations, it was mentioned that there is a need to ensure value-based education so that the students are able to develop a holistic vision of life, have socially fulfilling behavior, environmentally responsible work, ethical human conduct, maintain health and hygiene, and have respect for excellence and gratitude for all who have contributed to their development. To ensure a value-based education, developing faculty, management, and leaders of education is a must so that they become role models for students. For this, faculty, management, and leadership development programs need to be implemented on a large scale. Next. To add to the effectiveness of value education, The process of self-exploration among the students has to be enabled through fruitful dialogue in the classroom, socially relevant projects, community service, role plays, case studies, and so on. Measures such as giving credits to the value education courses, running elective courses, offering minor degrees in UHV, setting question papers to promote self-exploration, mentor-mentee programs, etc., is necessary for consciousness development of these students. And the last slide. Research and innovation in the institution has to be aligned with the human goal to ensure their right utilization so that the products and processes which are derived out of it are sustainable and socially useful. The institutions, industry, and government need to collaborate for this effort. Value education needs to be extended to primary and secondary education, for which preparation of teachers, school management is equally necessary. The educational bodies making the course curriculum and syllabus for schools need to be approached for implementing in school education. Large team of teachers to be developed through value education at higher education with self-exploration at the core. Activities, projects to be used as supporting this exploration. Implementing only activity-based value education has the possibility of developing wrong conditioning or new assumptions, and therefore it was felt that self-exploratory methods and value education in the theory sessions is very, very important. I think this was the last slide. India has a rich tradition of values. These are the final recommendations. India has a rich tradition
Raji,
of values at different.
sorry interrupting you.
Yeah, this is my last slide.
Yeah.
Has a rich tradition. India has a rich tradition of values at different levels of living, and examples can be taken from the Indian knowledge system to be shared with the students. Offering holistic value-based courses in regional languages with textbooks, workbooks written in regional languages is necessary for widespread reach of value education to all sections of society. Periodical follow-up meetings can ensure continuity and strengthening of self-exploration. There is a need to transition from value education to value-based education and to value-based living. For this, we can draw inspiration from our rich cultural tradition and appropriately apply it in today's scenario. Thank you very much to each one of you.
Thank you, Ilaji. Next in series, loving invite to Dr. Miru Nalmi ji to present health panel report. You also have 15 minutes, Miru Nalmi ji, and please take care of time. So only 15 minutes, please. Give your brief report here and we will publish detailed report in proceeding for sure. जी.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, audible.
So, namaste everyone. So, I'll be presenting my brief report on panel discussions on holistic human health for the shift 2. So, there were a total of 4 countries which participated in the night shift: India, USA, Germany, and Australia, and a total of 8 participants for all the 3 days. So on day 1, we discussed about the need for holistic perspective on health, and some of the concerns that were discussed were that stress and mental health are not adequately addressed, and the focus was more on disease rather than on the health. And the discussion was on lack of values in healthcare professionals, and feelings for patient is lacking due to medical industry. And other point is perspective of human being viewed as an isolation from the whole existence, and healthcare is becoming inaccessible to common man, and sustainability issues were discussed. At the end, there was a general agreement among all panel members that there is a need for holistic perspective on health. So some of the conclusions from the panelist from day one is that modern medicine excels in treating diseases but lacks the quality needed to cater to holistic well-being. And chronic conditions are increasing, and specialists often focus solely on managing the symptoms, neglecting overall health, and incorporating holistic medicine into mainstream healthcare to balance both quantity and quality is important. And to promote holistic health at community level to improve productivity and enhance the functioning of overall healthcare system. So these were some of the conclusions from the panelists. On day two, we discussed about the vision for holistic human health, and some of the conclusions were the viewing human being in a holistic perspective as a coexistence of self and body, and human being as a part of larger whole and not as an isolated being. The focus was to keep the body healthy and not on managing the diseases. And the role of self in keeping the body healthy was discussed. And so, working towards a healthy self should be given priority was also discussed. And seeing the relatedness among all human beings can lead to right feeling towards the sick and infirm that can add to values in the health. And also, discussion on minimizing financial burdens in society was held up. So, four paradigm shifts were suggested, that is, moving from symptom suppression to treating the root cause, moving from disease centric approach to health centric approach, moving from body centric approach to self plus body approach, and moving from seeing ourselves in isolation to understanding that we are a part of a larger whole. Some of the conclusions from panelists were the self is the root of human existence, and medical faculty and healthcare system have yet to acknowledge the concept of self adequately. Incorporating practices that address the self of human being in healthcare, like hypnotherapy, has shown positive outcomes like remissions and reduction in blood markers in cancer patients. The self is central to human existence and relationship, and connecting self to self in relationship fosters mutual respect and harmony. Disconnection from nature leads to a mindset of domination over it, resulting in environmental issues like air pollution and reduced immunity. Harmony with nature is essential for individual and societal well being, reflecting a mutually respectful relationships. And on day three, the discussion was on implementation, the vision for holistic human health. And some of the conclusions drawn were the holistic perspective in health education, where human being is seen as a coexistence of self and body, and human being is viewed as a part of a larger whole and not as an isolated entity. So, when implementing such a vision, the first step would be to understand human being and its environment holistically. That is, to understand the self will lead to harmony in the self. Understanding the body will lead to harmony of the self with the body, and understanding the environment, that is, the family, society, and nature, will lead to harmony in the environment. And some of the proposed ways to move forward were UHV and holistic health workshops, UHV and holistic health courses as an add on course, like UHV 7A, Foundation Course in Holistic Human Health. And all health courses and educations can be made value based with focus on health rather than disease. So, conclusions were like working towards a healthy self, because understanding the role of self in keeping the body healthy can lead to seeing the relatedness to all, which will lead to right feeling towards the sick and infirm, and right feeling towards all units in nature. And shifting the focus from managing the disease to keeping the body healthy was discussed, and minimizing financial burden on society was also concluded. And we also were able to obtain some commitments from the panel. So some of the commitments or some of the conclusions were like, I would like to, excuse me. I would like to attend faculty development programs, and one of the panelists have already downloaded this ebook on holistic health and started reading it after attending the conference for 2 days. And one panelist promised that I won't go behind treatment. And for my kids, prevention has to be the first choice for them. And one panelist said that she's running a paramedical course and she would like to incorporate these faculty development programs in it. So some of the recommendations were recognition for the need for looking at health. So the panel recognized that there have been many advancements in field of health and many milestones have been achieved. However, it was also recognized that there were many concerns like suppression of symptoms and not addressing the root cause, and focus was on disease rather than on health. And the current system is a body-centric approach rather than the self and body approach, and seeing the human being in isolation rather than as a part and parcel of the larger whole. Thus, the current health system is neither addressing the true health nor addressing health equity. So all these concerns brought the panel to the recognition of need for looking at health holistically and recognition of desirability of the vision for holistic human health in mainstream medical education and healthcare. So the desirability of the vision for holistic human health was unanimously agreed upon by all the panelists, and all panelists could see the significance of such a vision addressing the health of self plus the health of the body and the health of the environment, that is the family, society, and nature. Further, it was recognized that giving priority to the health of the self could then lead to health of the body and the environment as a natural outcome of it. The third recommendation was that for the content of the vision for holistic human health to be put forward in education in a manner that is universal, rational, verifiable, and leading to harmony. It was agreed upon by the panel that the content of vision for holistic human health be put forward in the form of proposal that can be verified by the students and faculty on their own right and not in the form of do's and don'ts. And the way forward, recommendations were to help in understanding workshops, courses may be made use of in undergraduate medical education in the form of sensitization workshops and UHV and holistic health courses in academia for medical students. And in other medical training, more research was needed on self, that is the consciousness, and UHV and holistic health courses and workshops can be included as a part of continuing medical education. And when it comes to practicing, the need for health maintenance was recommended by incorporating UHV and holistic health workshops as requirements in medical code or manual, and holistic centers of well-being with UHV and holistic workshops for all staffs, doctors, and patients were recommended. And finally, the commitments by the panel: commitment to understanding the vision for health by personally attending at least one workshop on UHV and one on holistic human health, and commitment to promoting the holistic vision for health in medical education in one's institution by organizing workshops for faculty and students, UHV and holistic health courses for students, and commitment for establishment of holistic wellness centers at one's institution with availability of integrated care in the form of specialists from various streams of medicine under one roof, providing health education and health maintenance to people from all walks of life with a sharing of knowledge base between all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mirunalini ji. Thank you very much for making it in time. Please take care of your throat also. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, affectionate invite to Dr. Vanchana Singh ji to present SDG panel report. Time assigned for the purpose is again 15 minutes, Vanchana ji.
So, namaste everyone once again, and I am here to discuss the brief report.
Your voice is very feeble. Be little louder.
Okay. So, I am here to present the brief report on the sessions that we carried out in our SDG panel discussion. Presenting this brief report to all the people over here who are joining us at this hour. We carried 6 different sessions, 3 sessions per shift, and these sessions were attended by 21 speakers who were part of these 6 discussion panels, and nearly 230 delegates were part of the SDG panel discussion, where our point of discussion focused on drawing the attention towards need to address SDGs at the root on day 1, followed by vision to address SDGs at the root on day 2, and today, the concluding day, we were focusing on implementation for addressing the SDGs at the root. Throughout the day shift as well as the night shift, we had rigorous discussions. The panelists could span across India as well as from abroad. So we had representation of our speakers from Greece, from Nigeria, from UAE, that is Dubai, and various regions of India, which included a number of vice chancellors, professors, sustainability educators, educational technologists, directors, STEM educators, etc. There was a diverse background of these panelists, and through these diverse background of panelists, we were trying to develop the perspective which can span across this diversity. And we tried to focus on looking sustainability at a fundamental level, looking at the basic aspiration of happiness and prosperity of every human being, the basic aspiration of continuity of happiness and prosperity. So when we talk of sustainability, sustainability is when I am able to utilize the resources, not compromising at the cost of resources for upcoming generations. So through this 3 day conference, we tried to work on a holistic worldview and putting forth the conclusions that we could make out of these discussions amongst our panelists. So, discussing the concluding remarks for day one, where the focus was on need for addressing SDGs at the root, each one of the panelists could take into account that the SDGs are not being addressed at the root level. The current scenario is that there is a heavily loaded materialistic approach, and the focus is only on economic growth. And this has created a situation of dilemmas, dichotomies, which needs serious attention. Fostering a global culture which is based on UHV is the key to sustainable development and establishing a holistic order. This was proposed through the UHV perspective, and it was appreciated by those panelists who were not having an introduction to UHV earlier also. So, the quest for a holistic worldview that is compatible with existential reality has become an urgent need. And it is also vital to understand happiness and prosperity, which is the basic human aspiration, in a correct perspective, so that we can live with sustainability, which is inherent in the very design of this nature. The bookish knowledge being imparted to students is not helping them to develop. In fact, there are big question marks there, and there's a need to bring back the focus on ethical aspects and real life values. The immediate risk for not addressing the challenges in the SDGs at the root is looked upon as environmental changes, societal unrest, wars, etc., which is evident throughout. And each one of the panelists could find that the education system plays a very important role to spread the holistic worldview amongst the students, as well as provide the right kind of environment where the students can practice sustainability. So, with this discussion forming the base on day one, we proceeded our discussion on day two, where we were looking forward to developing the vision to address the SDGs at the root. So, some of the concluding remarks that we could gather on that day, the most important was the SDG for quality education, which helps everyone to ensure a holistic worldview. And with this worldview, one can naturally live sustainably and contribute to sustainability. We don't have to create sustainability. In fact, one needs to understand it and live by it. So, quality education, which is holistic and humane in nature, can ensure developing right understanding across generations. And this leads to creating a humane society which automatically, naturally practices sustainable and humane development methods, leading to technological advances in accordance with sustainability. So there's a need to understand the SDGs at the root level. The present goals are visualized to address through economic growth. Issues like poverty, inequality cannot be addressed via these economic parameters only, where the focus is entirely on GDPs and enhancing the extreme consumerism. So everyone could see this current vision is obstructing the way to attain SDGs. Education and capacity building is very important for creating a sustainable vision and acquiring the right skills based on interconnectedness and coexistence, which is the inherent design of this entire nature. Through right understanding, one paves the way to right living. And this happens when we are able to make a shift from consumerism to right understanding of human values and relationships. In fact, a lot of stress was being paid to identifying local solutions instead of moving from global scenarios to local, building up local solutions, and then further constructing them to ensure global issues and problems resolved that way. Through a thought provoking discussion on day two, the panelists could conclude a number of things on day three. That's the concluding day. So, today, the focus was on implementation so that we can address the SDGs at the root. And with the previous 2 days discussion, education was found to be the key point. So, education is the key to address the root causes of issues, and the roadmap for implementation for addressing SDGs can be laid through humane education. Community specific needs can be identified by the grassroots organizations, and interconnected solutions can only ease the process of SDG implementations. So, the number of panelists could relate to the fact that one needs to look for local solutions first. Then only one can look forward to implementation in such a way that we can address the SDGs at the root. Living with relationships is very important. So the recognition of relationship including human relationship as well as human nature relationship is important during implementation. And thus everyone could reiterate that sustainability is to be understood and is to be lived by. It's a way of living, which is a natural outcome of ensuring right understanding at the level of individual. So, a comprehensive vision spanning from individuals to communities to nation is essential for the effective implementation of policies. A bottom up approach is necessary for holistic perspective and acquiring this vision. A vision for a humane society is required to implement these 17 SDGs, which appear fragmented as of now but are deeply interconnected. So, the solution centric approach with interconnectedness at the root can naturally address these SDGs. That was something which could come up as a concluding remark towards the end of today's session. Looking forward to the recommendations that were put forth, one of the important recommendations was integrating holistic worldview into the education systems, which requires reforming the education curriculum to incorporate universal values and holistic thinking, ensuring that the students understand the interconnectedness at the level of nature, and eventually a natural outcome of it is sustainability. Preparing academic courses with the solution centric approach at each and every level, starting from basic education, so that the students can understand the root level issues and practice living by it. Promoting project based learning focused on solving real world sustainability issues, making education a platform for actionable change. Another important recommendation was ensuring the interconnectedness of SDGs. Instead of looking forward to piecemeal kind of solutions where climate change is discussed at a different forum and no poverty, zero hunger discussed at a different forum, the requirement is to visualize this interconnectedness. So, developing policies and frameworks that consider this interdependency between SDGs, avoiding the isolated approaches that may lead to unintended consequences, fostering a system thinking mindset in policy design to maximize synergies and minimize trades off amongst the goal, to look forward to assessing
Yeah,
the
Vanchana
long-term
ji.
impact.
Vanchana ji, sorry interrupting you. Please make it short because time is very less.
So, shifting from assessing success based solely on short term outcomes to measuring long term impact on society, environment, and global well-being, using holistic indicators that capture the progress of all SDGs collectively. Capacity building for a holistic worldview, encouraging sustainable practices, implementing capacity building programs for individuals and communities, which instill human values, critical thinking, and holistic worldview. Promoting a bottom up approach through relationship based, decentralized socio-economic structures, establishing participatory governance systems where grassroots voices guide the decision making processes, fostering global collaboration with local integration, embracing collaborative approach which harmonizes local, national, and international efforts to implement these SDGs effectively, conducting comprehensive assessments to gather knowledge about local needs. So, looking at the local issues at the local level was lying at the core. So, one of the important recommendation is incorporating traditional knowledge, traditional practices, and development into the development initiatives to ensure relevance and acceptance. Looking forward to decentralization, encouraging eco friendly practices in everyday life so that one can incentivize the adoption of renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and waste reduction. Towards the end, we could see the commitment from all the panelists to go more and more into UHV principles. So, this is what I would like to put forth as the discussion. Thank you from my end.
Thank you so much. Thanks and hearty congratulations to all the presenters. Your efforts throughout the conference were commendable, and all three reports are really very encouraging to hear. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Now, I'm feeling happy to invite Dr. Ila Dedia ji again to share her experiences about sharing sessions, which were like showstoppers, I should say. So 5 minutes to you, Ilaji, for sharing about sharing sessions.
Thank you. Tarabhiya, can you share the file? So we had very interesting sharings from institutions. The next. We had interesting sharings from organizing partner institutions and from individuals who have gone through the process of self-exploration. Basically, the experience sharing was theme-based. Most of it was theme-based. And I would say one thing over here is that this was the vision of Rajul Bhaiya. He had stressed this point several times, that let us make it, let us do it a little variety, because everybody is exploring so much. So let us focus it on one particular aspect. So initially we were not able to understand what he meant, but gradually over the period while we were preparing and communicating, we were able to do that. So I must say one thing, that most of the presentations were theme-based. The presenters shared their transformations, whatever they've experienced. the challenges they faced before, and how these transformations led them to moments of happiness and harmony. Several institutions and individuals also presented the impact that it has created into the institution as well as to the life of the person sharing. Some of the institutions have been through the journey since a long period. Some were very recent, but most of the journey that was shared were very inspiring. Totally 18 sessions, 12 sessions in the first shift and 6 in the second shift. Each session was a 90-minute slot, and 25 institutions, of which 2 were related to extension work, but totally 25 presented. 29 individuals, of which 3 were alumni presentations. So totally 54 presentations have happened during these 3-day day, and that is the first shift and the second shift. 18 chairs, all academicians such as vice chancellors, pro vice chancellors, former vice chancellors, deans, directors, managers, principals of academic institutions were the chairpersons. That is 1 in each session. Similarly, we also had 18 chairs simultaneously along with the previous chairs that I mentioned, who are also academicians who are involved with UHV, who are exploring the content, and who are resource persons of the online offline faculty development programs. We also had 60 plus volunteers who have given their time in both the shift as anchors, scribers, timekeepers, shadow for each institute or individual, like a follow-up, and bringing them to the room was a journey of during these 3 days. There are 5 core volunteers. The 4 volunteers that I would really like to mention their names, without which this journey was not possible. And those are Soumya Didi, Sangeeta Didi, Vijayshri Didi, Garima Didi, and Lalita Didi. These are the 5 names that I would like to mention. The recommendations that were given, each story has been very inspiring. And it was, each story was very inspiring, and it was recommended that, many of them have shared, participants, that we would like to visit to these institutions for experiencing the eco environment that is created over there. And thereby, it would help them to facilitate such development in their own institution. And of course, publication was also being discussed, that this must be published. It is already there on the website and all that, most of it, but also a written document, a publication, is also the vision for all the sharings. So I'll just like Tarabaya to share the screen of the sessions. Yeah, that is the last part. Yeah. So this was the entire layout of the sessions. Yeah, this is the final sheet which actually happened on the 3 days. So there were a lot of changes that were going on, but these are the final sheet. So you can just minimize it. Yeah. Thank you very much. So there were many leading institutions and organizations which have participated. Many sessions had an overwhelming response of 300 plus presenters, and anyway 50 plus audience. 50 plus audience were there in most of the session, but some also at 250, 300, 350 number of audience. So it was a very good experience that each one has shared. Even the chairpersons have shared that they also enjoyed. They learned a lot. It was a learning experience for all of them also. So thank you everyone. It was an entire collective effort of many people. Thank you.
Nice listening from you, Ilaji. And liveliness we actually witnessed in all the sharing sessions. Congratulations. Now my heartfelt invitation to Dr. Supraja, UHV coordinator and convener of the conference from the host institute, to present the recommendations and also request Dr. Tara Prasannaji to complement in presenting recommendations. Please note, total time assigned is 10 minutes.
Upasana ji, Tarabhaya is only gonna present. So
Okay, welcome Tarabhaya.
Namaste to everyone. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to share the recommendations on shift 2, 25th November 2024. So I think my slide is visible. So the key takeaway is, if you can see from this international conference of 3 days, that development of human consciousness was recognized as an important segment or important task of the formal education system. And it is the base for a human society, holistic human health, and SDGs. That is the panel discussion we made. And out of the three panel, the common key takeaway come as this: we need to have the base on human consciousness. And it was recognized that the teaching of basic, fundamental, or universal human values to every individual, particularly to the youth, who are the backbone of society, it is utmost urgent. There is a need to sensitize and educate students, particularly those studying in the colleges of higher education. So extensive experiments are also carried out using USB and then establish the viability and effectiveness of such a process. It was recognized that there are valuable lessons that can be learned from the tradition. Necessary resource material, resource persons, and FDPs have also become available to enable initiation in any university or institution of higher learning as well as high schools. So based on these key takeaways, let us see the recommendations. We have listed here 13 draft recommendations. The final recommendation will be published after the discussion of all organizing uh, partners. So we have listed few and we will be finalizing and publish later. The first recommendation is the efforts continuing support and advocacy of universal human values in higher education by this AICT was deeply appreciated, and the effort made by IRMA, the study, reinforced the efficacy of USB. The recommendation of the study underscored the need for human values in education from the school level. So even though different formats may be adopted for introducing such a foundational input, the content and process need to be compatible with the following guidelines to achieve the desired outcomes. So the content and process should be, like we always say, universal, rational, verifiable, humanistic, and this all encompassing. And if we see the further recommendations, like self-exploration, self-reflective process of dialogue, discussion, and practice is very much essential to be widely adopted in this value education process. So in the preparation of faculty from every teaching development department is now a critical need. Steps should be taken for this, strengthening the faculty development program on a large scale with adequate development of resource materials. We can start or strengthen the certification course in universal human values. We can start and strengthen the PG diploma course in this UHB. And at the same time, we can think of the PG programs in management and technology aspects as well. So we can provide adequate thrust on research and development dedicated towards transformation of the whole mainstream education into humanistic education, value-based education. So this is going to be a long-run process. However, it is indispensable. Recognize value-based multidisciplinary systems of education like master degree program in holistic development, holistic systems and technology. In future, such degrees may be recognized positively as qualification in teaching sustainable technologies and systems and holistic human health. Further, more recommendations like it was felt there is a need to start or increase the frequency of international, national, and regional conference and workshops and discussions for awareness. Like we are doing this 9th international conference over a period of 10 years, the frequency can be increased. So this uh, increase the possibility and potential of universal human value in education system. In particularly, it is important to reach out to the education policy makers, faculty, and education administrators. So, including appropriate indicators like values in action as a criteria for evaluating university or colleges. It is like, uh, is it a matter of concern and discussion at the board level, board of studies, or do they have a value education cell? Do they have adequate resource persons from every department, not only from a specific department? And what is tangible? What are the tangible works taken place at that organization level? Then, if you look at the individual faculty level, including appropriate indicators of value action as a criterion for evaluation of faculty. What is the effort they have made in attending this EHB workshops? What is the change in their actual behavior and work, etc., can be looked upon. Similarly, if we say this interfaith studies with a view to draw out the human values which are universal in nature should be introduced in education system from very early age. Establish UHB cell nodal centers at the regional, national, and international levels, which are processing towards being living models for human society. And we have witnessed many institutional sharing that yes, there is several works are going on, and it can help in the national and international level also. So, universities where sufficient work has been already accomplished, it can be approached and facilitated to start this work at higher level. And centers previously set up need to be revitalized. And then it comes the very important part that including common graduate attributes in evaluating graduate development, that the entire education community follows, that common graduate attributes, the holistic vision of life, socially responsible behavior, environmentally responsible work, ethical human conduct, and having competence and capabilities for maintaining health and hygiene, and appreciation and aspiration for excellence, merit, and gratitude for all. So those 6 common graduate attributes can be adopted. In addition, uh, the delivery value education in native language is also desirable and a very strong recommendation to reach to every individual in the society. So these are a few recommendations which are in process, and final recommendation in association with the organizing partner, hosts, and other uh, advisors will be published soon. So thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Tara Prasanna ji, and thank you, Dr. Supraja, for presenting this recommendation. Although this is very detailed draft, but you presented it very systematically. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now this is time to know about the commitments from the delegates who are important stakeholders making the conference success. Holistic education, health, and SDGs were being detailed out with a holistic solution-centric approach. Presently, we are managing issues with problem-centric approach in piecemeals. How much scope you are seeing in this value education aspect and process? What are your future plannings to know more, rather in depth, about these? What you feel to take it forward in your country or in your organization? Please come forward and share your commitments. So, very first, let me ask Dr. Devendra Kumarji from Oman University. Ji, Devendra ji.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, now it is good morning, I think. Hello, am I audible?
Ji, you are audible. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. It is very nice, and apart from so many conference, national or international, this is my first conference apart from my regular subject. And thanks to my friend colleague who share me this information for joining this. So really, after 3 days regular attending many sessions, it's a very nice and wonderful approach of the people who were panelists or who were the session chairs, and the person who worked throughout. Extremely wonderful work they are doing for giving the values along with the skilled education. So encouraging with this and giving thank you to all of you for this wonderful work. I want to go through, and one session I want to do in my university itself here. And I've seen listen the words MP, lot of work is going there. Maharashtra they are doing, but I didn't listen any active person about UP and Bihar. While both the states need this too much, the youth of these two states need the value-based education much more. So really, I am too much excited to be join this as a regular volunteer. So first, this is my request to be the continued as a member, and how. So as Upasana ma'am told me that you need to go workshop, so definitely I need to go first workshop. After that, I want to conduct it here. Thereafter, I want to start from my own native place in my village in UP, Uttar Pradesh, in Mathura district earlier. Now it is in Hathras. So first I will be trained. Thereafter, I will start from there. But really wonderful job. It is required today.
Devenji, it is heartening to hear that you want to start it in Oman. But let me tell you that we are all sitting in UP. This team, so of course, it has been running for a long time in UP.
Yeah.
So it is there, very much there. And when Bihar also, we have a team of volunteers. So not a single
Okay.
state is there in India where the program is not running.
But I never listened from these 3 days. Nobody took the name of UP, and we are no volunteer from there.
No, we are not naming, though we are there.
Okay. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, I'll start, but
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
He should conduct.
Devendra.
He should conduct a workshop at Oman. Online workshop at
Yeah.
Oman.
Yeah, we are conducting here for
No,
staff, but
we
for
sincerely,
academic only we are doing, not for such type.
Devendraji, we sincerely propose that you have a 5 days workshop, online workshop, resource person online we will provide you.
Okay. So for that, I should go to the website for UHB website.
You plan, be in touch with us. You plan, we'll make every arrangement for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Devendra. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your reflection as well as for your commitment for future. Now I invite Dr. Fedare Ramat Adiola, Faculty, Nigeria. Dr. Fedare, you are most welcome to share your commitments, please.
Thank you so much. In my own opinion, there are diverse ways in which we can implement the program. For example, in the tertiary system where I work, it can be proposed to the management to adopt a curriculum. That is number one. Number two, there is what we call written curriculum, irrespective of whether the management adopts it or not. There are ways you can introduce the universal demand value program into the system through the unwritten curriculum. That is at the tertiary level here where I work now. Then at the basic education level, that is at the preschool level, primary school level, and the secondary school level, That's what we call the club system. The club system. These are ways in which we can introduce this program into the school system, annexing the power of the association, that is the private sector, where I also belong to. Not only that, I believe this is an initiative of a foundation, which is the UHV Foundation. If the foundation have the intention of making it global, they can adopt the ambassadorial system, penetrating the school system by making the students ambassadors of this foundation. I understand there is what we call peer group influence. Once you can penetrate the school system through the club method or through the ambassadorial system, students talk to one another. They have influence on one another. They become ambassadors, spokesperson for the foundation and for the program. There are other ways, depends on further recommendation. I believe that through our emails and the rest, if the organization is interested in our written or commitment or suggestion in which this program can be made a global program that has a positive impact. I will do that. And I believe the Oduduwa College of Professional Studies and the Oduduwa Group, if it is recommended to the management, I hope they will adopt it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fadari. Thanks for your consistent involvement throughout the conference and your reflection in this closing session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Now I invite Yashoda Krishna Janpati ji, Dean Kenya, for your reflection, please.
Hello. Hello, good evening, good morning or good evening. Thank you for inviting. I would like to thank my friend Dr. Raghavendra and my panelists who educated me. I was telling to my children also that I'm studying, I'm learning new things. I talked to my G General Education chair, and I found that there is no this education, value-based education. We would like to include in our education tomorrow. That means today we are going to meet with the GE chair and also director, and want to get connected with you all people if you give chance. And I would also give my students real-time problem projects, assignments also in promoting equality, lessons from ethical person leaders, something like that. And also most importantly, examination practices. Most of the students are trying to cheat. There also we want to improve these ethical practices. I am very happy attending. I did not waste last 3 days my time. I learned a lot. Thank you very much, Ilaji and the resource person, particularly personal information, progress of this UHV, personal UHV and schools. I learned a lot. Thank you very much, everyone, for giving me opportunity.
Thank you, Yashoda Krishna ji. Wishes for your plannings, which you are going to start today onwards. And we are always there to help you, to support you in all the ways for UHV.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, Yashoda ji, you're having a meeting with the
MD of your institution?
Yes, sir. We would like to, with Vice Chancellor also, I will talk and I'll update, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
If you
you.
need
Thank
any
you.
help, we are there to help you. Okay. All the
Sure,
best.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Also,
sir.
Rajulji, they have chain of institutes and universities all over the globe.
Very
So
nice.
Yashoda ji can be instrumental in many other things also.
Yes, yes. Keep in touch.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really very good institute. They follow all the ethics. They don't differentiate between foreigner, local. We have a lot of foreigner faculty here from different, and we have 64 countries alumni. Most of our students are in WHO, UN, our student alumni, 60 years we are industry. madam.
Very nice.
Thank
Thank
And
you,
good to
Yashoda.
learn that you are going to have the meeting without wasting a single day. Today only.
I talked on Friday night itself with my GE chair.
That's very
Awesome.
nice.
And let me inform that Yashoda ji is a friend of Raghavendra Dubey ji. So
We are classmates and best friends.
Mhm.
After coming to Bhopal, I met him. After still we are continuing, sir.
Just to mention here, Raghavendra ji has really communicated to many of his friends across the country, across the globe. So we acknowledge that also.
Ji. So again, thanking you. Now inviting Martia Truji from Lithuania to share your experiences as well as commitments, please. Marita Truji from Lithuania. Yes, most welcome.
Hello, everyone. Could you
Hello.
hear me well? Yes, I hope so. So it was very nice to participate. I have a lot of actual information and really valuable to find out experiences of other institutions. And actually, I think that this kind of conference is really informative and give a lot of experience and values of education and all the aspects that were discussed during the sessions were quite informative and also gave some new views to my work in my institution in Lithuania. So it was very nice for me to participate for the first actually time in this kind of conference. So congratulations for good organization of it and good representatives and speakers of it. So it was really nice to participate and wishing you all the best and the progress in other ways of the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Devansh Pandit ji is here. He is my brother. So Devansh Bhaiya, we wish hear from you too. Devansh Bhaiya. If you can unmute yourself. Okay. So moving to next, Maithili ji.
He said he's unable to unmute.
Yeah, maybe. Devansh Bhaiya, mic is there. You have to unmute only. Yes, yes. Please. No, voice is not coming, Bhaiya.
He has written a message trying.
Okay. So till then, we can request Maithili ji to share her experiences as well as commitments.
Yeah, namaste. Can you hear me, Didi?
Yeah,
Hello?
Maithili ji, you are audible. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
thank you. Yes, thank you, Didi. Namaste to all. Namaste to all our UHV family members and attendees of 9th ICHV HE conference. On behalf of our BPSN CET, and my own behalf, I express my sincere thanks to all our UHV family members, the organizing team, and hosting team members for their untiring effort to make this conference a grand success. Thank you. Thank you all. And I have been enjoying thoroughly almost all the deliverables of keynote sessions, panel discussion, and sharing of institution and individuals for the past 3 days. Really, it's an enriching experience for me. And
Expectation is, Maithili ji, expectation is to share commitments, future plannings, please.
yeah, I can assure that, Didi, with the support of our UHV team and management, we can contribute more from our side to materialize the valuable recommendations on holistic value-based education and holistic health and the vision for SDGs out of this conference, Didi. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Maithili ji.
Yes, namaste.
Yes, namaste, namaste. Yes, Devash Bhaiya, if you can unmute now and say something.
Hi everyone. It's been a very wonderful experience, and I can see a lot of work going on. A lot of educational, system is being built, and everybody is trying hard. All the time I heard pro bono, which means people are really working hard towards making it successful. And I would say that we are moving into the right direction to make a better place, this world a better place, for sure. And I would wish all the best to everyone at means our family levels, to myself as well, to do something good learning from here. So yeah, all the best to everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you so much. Dr. Ram Kumar ji is here, Director IQAC, Coimbatore, want to share. Ji.
Yeah, Namaste ji. Yesterday I have acted as a panelist and really it was a nice session, and hope the UHV has delivered a lot of insist about the holistic development to the community. And it's a 3-day conference is very worth to deliver to all the participants at the right time, and much more events to cherish for the young generation. So thank you for organizing this type of event to the students community. Thank you, Ji.
Can you share some future plannings at your institute regarding UHV?
Actually, as we have already have 3 credit course for the students who can take opting the UHV in the 3rd semester, which covers 5 modules we have make as human values, social values, and harmony. Like that, we have planned that, and it's running from 3 to 4 years successfully, and we have almost 67 certified trainers in our campus to take care of the UHV, and it's going better, and we are mapping this to the SDG goals too.
Still here, Dr. Ram Kumar ji, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you and wishes. We are towards the end of the conference. Now we'll invite Professor Charan Chairman NCUHB, for his closing remarks, please.
Thank you, Upasana Didi, all the delegates from all over the world and USB team members. This is really a biggest event till we have, which has been covering large number of the countries, as big as 36, 37 countries are participating. And as we are listening, the commitment of the participant beyond India, they have very much enthusiastic and wanted to implement in their own institutes, such as Devendra Kumarji has told this, and as Sudha Krishna also mentioned this, and so many other may be willing to have this, of course, may not have told this now. But we expect that large number of the people from all over the world, they will, in one form or other, they will come out with implementation of this skill. And we all as a member of the USB team, are ready to help them out for this purpose. I was listening beginning of the conference, and I remember my days of the schools and college that we had a word in our traditional Indian knowledge system that Vasudev Kutumbakam. Now I realize that this is what it means. Vasudev Kutumbakam. We all are working as one family and expecting that each will behave accordingly, treating them as one family. So that was not a one slogan. In centuries, they have realized that this is the real meaning of the life. Vasudev Kutumbakam. So that's why we are promoting this UHB with the same feeling. This our Vasudev Kutumbakam. So every whole word is our family, and that is the solution of every problem. If we have come out with this sort of relationship among ourselves, and not only with the human being, but all the beings on the earth. So that's how I am very much hopeful that this conference will come out, will not remain in the boundary of India or neighboring country. It will be reaching all over the world, and message of USB is clear. This will be only way to get to the problems and find out the solutions, particularly based on the concept of relationship with each other. This is what I'm expecting. Thank you very much.
Gratitude, Charan sir. May we work together under your guidance for many more years. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's thank all 22 organizing partner patrons who themselves or whose points of context were present with us in this conference. Very first, we are grateful to Professor C. Muthumisselvan, Vice Chancellor, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. Other organizing partners contributed wholeheartedly were Professor T.G. Sitaramji, Chairman, All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi; Dr. R.K. Agrawalji, Director General, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad; Professor S. Srinivasa Murthy, Director, Institute of Public Enterprise, Hyderabad; Dr. S. Vishwanath Rao, Principal, Mar Basilios College of Engineering and Technology, Tiruvananthapuram; Dr. Santosh Bhosleji, Director, Maharashtra Institute of Technology, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar; Om Dorji Om, Executive Director, Youth Development Fund, Thimphu, Bhutan; Dr. Jigme Thinle, Director, Bhutan Institute of Wellbeing, Thimphu, Bhutan; Dr. Sajeev R., Principal in Charge, TKM College of Engineering, Kollam; Dr. Vasudevan Durai Raj, Principal, PSNA College of Engineering and Technology, Chennai; Dr. K.A. Muhammad Junaid, Principal, RMK Engineering College, Chennai; Dr. Manoj R. Tarambale, Principal, PVG College of Engineering and Technology, Pune; Professor Pradipta Kumar Nanda, Vice Chancellor, Shiksha Anusandhan University, Bhubaneswar; Dr. Pooja Agrawal, Pro Chancellor, Shri Ram Swarup University, Lucknow; Professor Renu Vij, Vice Chancellor, Punjab University, Chandigarh; Advocate Amit Sharma ji, Chairman and CEO, and Dr. Gaurav Tejpal ji, Principal, Amritsar Group of Colleges, Amritsar; Dr. Sushil Kumar Mittal, Vice Chancellor, IK Gujral Punjab Technical University, Kapurthala; Dr. Shashi Dhiman, Vice Chancellor, Himachal Pradesh Technical University, Hamirpur, Dr. Manish Gaur, Director, Triple IT, Una, Professor J.P. Pandey, Vice Chancellor, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow, Professor Sanjay Srivastav, Vice Chancellor, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad, and Shri Ashish Kumarji, CEO, and Shri Praveen Gangradi Director, Raji Anand Sansthan, Bhopal. On the behalf of UHV Foundation, I express sincere gratitude to all these organizing partners. Many of the UHV volunteers work day and night at two centers, SRM Chennai in South India and AKGEC Ghaziabad in North India. That is too pro bono. Faculty and students from many colleges joined hands together to make it success. Thanks to all from the core of my heart. Keynote speakers, technical team, anchoring team, panel discussion team, sharing collection team, hospitality team, caterers, audio video operating team, support staff, and all who supported directly or indirectly. Thanks, many thanks.
Didi,
Let's close
before
the
we conclude,
conference for a fresh beginning now. Wishes for well-being of all. Namaste.
yeah, before we conclude, we can see a short video here.
G. Yes, sure.
Wonderful.
Tara Bhaiya is texting, don't close it, Didi, and same feeling is here too. Ji. Rajul Bhaiya?
Rajul Bhaiya is going to come in a few minutes.
Okay. So now.
Kumar Bhaiya, you can also say a few words in the meantime.
Yes.
I have spoken enough in the conference.
Yes.
But yes, it has been a very sincere and hard work from the entire team. And I can say that owing to the conference, good team has again emerged, and many of us could clearly see how the team has been working so cohesively, so passionately to make this conference a success. So again, I'll say, and I would like to thank Rajul Bhaiya. He took such a big responsibility of carrying things forward. And at the base, I have sincere gratitude for Sri Ganesh Bagadiaji, under the guidance of whom we have been working. And with his vision only, we are able to take the message forward to the entire world. So my sincere gratitude to him, and our sincere gratitude to all the stalwarts in the history who have shown us the path on which we are moving ahead. We have been able to see how they have been able to uh, know the truth. They are trying to, the way they have expressed the truth, the way they have shared the feeling of love and compassion. We are just trying to explore those feelings. We are just trying to see the reality and trying to develop ourselves. And I think we all are there in the process, holding hands of each other. While we say that we are going to work for a human society, we all are having a very important role to play. And this conference is just one step in that direction. We have a very big target ahead. Yes, a long way to go. And at the base is our own development. And I'm sure while working for the success of this conference, we all have paid attention to our own imagination, our own feelings, and we have developed further commitment to ensure right understanding and right feeling in oneself, and also keep on participating in the larger order, unless we are able to see that yes, in our lifetime, uh, education is humane. So we all are working for a humane education, and I can also see a possibility here. In the last 15 years, the way it has got established in India, I can see that in the next 15 years, maybe it gets spread to the rest of the world. And we are just, I'll say, playing our own roles in that process. And our students are here. Uh, we can listen to them also, how they have felt in the conference. Rajul Bhaiya is here. We'd like to have blessings from Rajul Bhaiya.
Yeah, Raju Bhaiya, just 1 minute. Yashoda ji raised hand. Yashoda Krishna ji. Yeah, what he want to say? Yashoda
Nothing,
ji.
madam.
Ji.
Thank you once again. I just want to see who is that Raju Bhaiya. Everyone is speaking. That's why I want to greet him and thanks him. Oh, sir, nice meeting you, sir.
You note down his face and name both.
It is the unforgettable face. I can remember him in the airport, in the railway station. If I see, I can greet him.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you, sir. Thank you.
I like to be in the background, so I'll just say that this has been a tremendous team effort. It has had its, uh, it has taken a few months for us to be well prepared. And in fact, this is preparation, it's a process. So it's a preparation for the next stage, next conference, next set of things that we do together. And as Kumar mentioned, that we are uh, together in this journey. We are not going to, we are interconnected, so we can't disconnect. So our role is to help each other to develop. And the base, of course, is one's own self-development. We have been able to do some of it, and a lot of it is still remaining. So we have to be conscious of that and work towards completeness. And in that process, if we are actually engaged in activity which acts as a reminder, then we can keep in touch. Otherwise, it's one workshop and then another workshop after few months, few years. So it's very good that we have been able to connect to each other and to share. All of this we are sharing as co-explorers and not as something that we have been we have reached all the way. We have not reached the completeness, but we are making effort for it. If we are able to share as co-explorers, then we will be able to reach out to more people. And it is quite possible that they are able to make faster progress than us, then they will help us. So like that, we are planning to go. So at the end, I would just say good wishes and have a good morning or good evening or good night. Okay, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll of course like to have. Now, is the formally the conference is closed or not yet? Oh, this is the team meeting.
Are you being live streamed?
No, it's
Live streaming is on.
on YouTube.
Live stream is going on still.